What is going on, my friends? Vitai Dubin is here. Happy Saturday and welcome back to another episode of today's In Crypto show. The crypto market is crashing, guys. Bitcoin down to about $60,000, all the way from 70 to 60,000. The market is in fear mode right now, and in this video, I'm going to show you exactly why the market is crashing today, and more importantly, why we are still in the bull market. And this is a huge bear trap once again, that you have the opportunity to buy the dip right now. So let's get this show started. So what we are seeing right now, altcoins is again going down into double digits, and we're seeing Bitcoin went down for the last couple of days, especially yesterday. It went from $65,000 all the way to $61,300, and also went to $60,500, right? So creating such a, we're still in this range, we're still in this accumulation phase, we're still in this phase between 60K and 70K overall since basically the end of February, right? So we're in this consolidation phase, and why I believe that the next break is going to be to the upside, and it's going to be a big break to the upside, and exactly when it is coming. But first of all, let's discover why the market is crashing right now. We had an unemployment rate rising. The US unemployment rate came to 4.3%, which is higher than expected. And high unemployment indicates that the US economy could be headed towards recession. So we're talking about recession, which caused the stock market crash along with crypto, right? July jobs report, unemployment rate went up, and what it can trigger suggests we've already entered recession. Like the last time that we have above these levels, 2000, you see this recession, 2008 recession, 2020 was a big recession due to COVID, right? And there's tweets like this happening about the sell-off in the S&P 500. You know, we have a drop in the very big drop right now to key support levels here in the stock market, as about $3 trillion have been obliterated from the market, from the stock market, right? Just in the past 24 hours. And we see the fear and greed index hovering at 37 right now. 37. Everybody is afraid right now. You know, in the bull market, when there is fear entering, yesterday we were still in greed. Today we are in fear mode. When fear in the market once again, this is a great opportunities to buy looking back in the bull market. So Ethereum went all the way to $2,900, and the second reason is the Japanese yen is strengthening. Now, what it has to do with Japanese yen, right? The Bank of Japan raised the interest rate for the first time in 17 years. This is causing the investors to pull their money out of the US equities and other risk-on assets. The reason is that before the interest rate rise, it costed nothing to borrow yen, but now it does. So if you look at this situation of the Japanese yen is strengthening, right, and the US dollars is falling against the Japanese yen, why this is happening? For the 30 years, Japan has 0% interest rate in their currency. As a result, investors borrowed yen at no cost. It's like free money, invested it globally. They invested in treasury bills abroad and a basket of risk assets, including the Nasdaq. For the first time in many years, the Bank of Japan increased interest rates this week by 0.25%. This was almost unprecedented. As a result of the increased interest rate and the signal to the market, investors are now concerned that the money they borrowed for free is no longer free, and therefore they're unwinding their trades and sending the funds back to Japan. The estimated quantum of this trade is over $4 trillion. The only question that remains is how aggressive they will be, but now you must keep your eyes on this chart, okay? If it keeps strengthening, risk assets are going to get murdered even more, okay? So that's another major reason why it was crashed. Another one is the fear of the World War III for the fifth time in 2024. During times of uncertainty, investors choose not to hold risk on assets, which is causing the dump. Why there is a fear of the World War III? Well, this is because of this. Iranian state TV says in coming hours, the world will witness extraordinary scenes and very important developments, right? So they want to retaliate into Israel, and Israel is ready to receive their retaliation, basically saying that we are ready. If you are going to attack, if you're going to retaliate, then and they're planning an attack maybe on the August 12, August 13. Basically, Israel is saying that, you know what, if you are if you want to retaliate, then it's willing to go to Israel is willing to go to a full-scale war if Iran makes a significant attacks in retaliation to yesterday's assassination. Israel's Channel 12. Okay, so this is another major concern. And reason number 4 the market is going down is the Mt. Gox and Genesis distribution. So there is Mt. Gox, this exchange from Japan, that the distribution of Bitcoin is nearing an end, and now Genesis distribution, the bankrupt firm, has started. They sent over $1 billion worth of Bitcoin, which market sense as an upcoming dump. So what do we have? The positives. The positive. The positive is that Jerome Powell is saying that they're going to cut interest rates, and they're going to cut interest rates maybe much more than the market is anticipating. Yeah. So what I'm talking about, let me see where it is. UK is a 0 to 5% rate cut. China cutting rates. Canada, European Union, Denmark is cutting rates. So Federal Reserve is the next to cut rates. Yeah. So maybe by as much as 1% rate cut by November, which will stimulate the economy. Of course, they have to do it. They absolutely have to do it. We are seeing from the positive side of things, what we are seeing here, whoever buys the most fiat and buys Bitcoin first wins. We see Donald Trump saying maybe we'll pay off our $35 trillion debt by handing them a little crypto check. Check it out, what he's saying.
Who knows, maybe we'll pay off our $35 trillion, hand them a little crypto check, right? We'll hand them a little Bitcoin and wipe out our $35 trillion.
But how do you...
Hand them a little bit of Bitcoin. Can you imagine? $35 trillion debt. 46% of all the tax in the United States is going to basically pay this interest on the debt, right? Van Eck CEO says Bitcoin will be half of the total market cap of gold, hitting $350,000. This is very, very bullish as well, bullish development. We have US Bitcoin ETFs purchase over 50,000 in July. I don't see it as a bearish at all, right? 51,000 Bitcoin in July. That's a lot. That's a lot of Bitcoin. So all of that is good. And breaking, Morgan Stanley, the largest wealth management firm in the world with 1.5 trillion in assets, just become the first to give its advisors the green light to put BlackRock in client portfolios. Okay, BlackRock pulled a record-setting $20 billion in inflows in 6 months, largely without the $30 trillion US wealth advisory. What does it mean? A lot of money to come. A lot of money to come into the scene. JP Morgan forecast 1% Federal Reserve rate cut by November. So that's a positive thing. Hong Kong, largest online broker of Fudu Securities, launching Bitcoin and crypto trading. So that's another positive things. And Bitcoin price shrugs off latest $2 billion transfers near to its end. Okay, so the market is absorbing that well, and it's ready for this rebound. Anybody needs a reminder what's happening near these prices of the previous all-time highs? 2016, 2020. There you go. So that's a little market update for you guys, so you understand what is going on in the market. I do see that Bitcoin is gonna continue hovering in this area until it's gonna finally break out this downward sloping trend line, and it's gonna break this channel over here, this bull flag, this widening wedge, so to say. The volatility, as you see, is increasing in Bitcoin, going up and down and up and down. But we're gonna eventually break onto the upside, and towards September, towards October, that's where we're gonna start to see. August, September has been historically been not so good months for Bitcoin, but starting from the fourth quarter, that's when we're gonna see some big pumps in the prices of Bitcoin. So that's it for today's video. I hope you have a fantastic day, and you are not playing with leverage, but you are very careful there in the crypto market. And if you want to learn how you can completely automate your cryptocurrency trading on Binance, the #1 exchange in the world of crypto, using the #1 broker of Binance, and how all of this works to actually ensure that you take advantage of the bull market with a risk-free bull market strategy, secured by a fund. How it is possible, how it works, there is a link down there in the description of this video to go and check it out. I wish everyone happy Saturday, and I'll see you soon.